you already know, bro. I wouldn't even have popped in right now if you didn't want me to go live, man. You know I'm late. I usually would have went on like 4 hours ago or come in at nighttime, but now was a good time. So, and what's crazy, I don't know where everybody at, but what's crazy, I talked to 2 people, significant people yesterday, which is crazy. The prisons in Corcoran, California are allowing inmates to make free collect calls. So I heard from Pup from 11 Trey Block. If y'all don't know who Pup from 11 Trey Block is, he was mentioned in my book. He was a guy I took to Vegas, playing in his hair all the way to Vegas and shit. From the Rolling 100 11 Trey Block Crip. And he's in there with C from Harlem, the author of Inside the Crip. So C called me as well. We didn't get to talk long because C was using somebody else's phone time. So yeah, I got to speak to both of those dudes yesterday. They're in the same place. So kind of ironic, you know, they was chopping it up, talking about me, and both was saying that they fuck with me, and you know, they called a mutual homie and got my phone number. So they was able to call me yesterday. That was cool. I hadn't heard from Pup since I seen him in county jail in like 2000 or 1999. And haven't seen C since he was on the street last. So yeah, that was cool. A lot of people have been asking about C. I'm gonna see if I could get them dudes to do a phone interview just to talk about gambling and some of the other things that we was into. Okay, Henny God. Okay, good looking out. Kawhi's still gonna be crying about rest time. All that money he got. I love your videos, blood. All right, that's what's up, YG BB. That's what's up, dog. Appreciate it. Neither one of them have a date. So, nah, they don't have no dates. Pup should be getting one soon, though. He probably go to the board at the end of this year. Pup struck out in like 99, 2000. That's the last time I seen him. He struck out. I was going to say something silly, but since this message is going to stick, I'm going to say keep up the good work, KM. Much love from Louisville. Louisville, great place for boxing, great place for college basketball, Kentucky Derby also. I don't know why Melly Mel's calling me. What up, Melly Mel? I'm on live, man. You didn't get your notification?
Okay.
All right, I'll hit you back.
Okay.
Oh, all right, later. I'm at Big D's Fish Market. Tell Big D I said, what's up, man? Tell him I said mine. Big D wasn't closing down for nothing, huh? He made sure he stayed open. Hi, Chief. Good looking out, man. What up? Big Kev. Happy Friday. Content is king always. Shout out to Melly Mel that just called. Good looking out, bros. Design that hat, Kev. An awesome convo on that Infominds, boss educational and informational, my brother. Stay strong, stay boss. Good looking out, man. Mechanic here. Gotta go, y'all. All right, Lisa, take it easy. Happy Friday, Brian Kincaid. Some Kentucky bourbon, huh? Good looking out. Yo, good looking out, bro. Florida in the building. Marlon Guest, good looking out, man. I just seen you left a message on Instagram. Good looking out, bro. Appreciate it. Man, so I'm going to share this with y'all, man. My goal, my new goal is to do something bigger than this and to get from in front of this camera. My new goal is to do something bigger and be behind the camera so y'all don't even see my face no more, unless you follow me on Instagram. The only thing that would change that is if I do get the podcast I've been wanting to do for a long time. If I do the podcast, you obviously going to see me all the time. Otherwise, as far as YouTube and interviews, I want to get away from that completely. I definitely want to abandon that completely and do something bigger, you know. So that's my goal, y'all. How long it'll take to reach that goal? Hopefully not long. Brian Kincaid, good looking out, bro. Appreciate it. He says, put some respect on KM videos. A blue and gold KMV shirt will go hard. You right. You mean kind of like the baseball shirt I showed you guys not too long ago? Like that? But you would want the gold blue and the blue gold. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Like this? That's what you're talking about, man? That type of blue and gold? Oh, okay. Just checking. Spooktown's coming up. But as long as you guys, you know, let everybody know in the comment section what you want, then of course somebody will beat us to it. And then you could go watch it over there. But we got Spooktown locked in unless something changed. So talk to some Mansfields too, man. But you know, it is what it is. Can't make nobody do an interview. My man said Main Street colors, huh? No, the KMV banner ain't for sale, man. Hi, Chief. Yep, you're right. Do I got a 2X? I don't know what size these are. I think this is an XL, and this one is both of these are XL, bro. Both XL. No 2X. Hey man, they could take that up with tight eyes, but we also Long Beach Insanes reached out to a brother as well. So I mean, you know, a lot of people catching on to KM videos and want to leave their hood history behind. So when they're gone, people could still find out about their hood and know what's real and know what's not real. Dispel all the myths. And what better place to do that than KM videos? Whereas Melly Mel would say, content is king. You know, like I said, I can only do those that's willing to do it. And the more you guys put it out there, the more somebody else will do it. And then I'll just let you guys go to those channels and watch it. Because, I mean, no sense in keep repeating the same information over and over. I would be privileged to have real historians come to kevmacvideos. Contrary to belief, we don't discriminate. You know, Long Beach is welcome, Pyro is welcome, Brims, everybody's welcome. But somebody has to be willing, somebody has to know the history, and at least halfway be respectful, you know what I mean? And truthful, at least as truthful as possible. And respectful when they get at me. You can't get at me disrespectful, like dissing the hood or dissing Crips or dissing KevMacvideos. Expect me to be receptive to your message. And as grown men, we should be able to communicate respectfully. You feel me? So that's all I got to say on that. Big Phil, what up, dog? Did you know D. Curtis from Fuzztown, his burger spot, Big D Burgers, was fired? Nah, I didn't. But I'm sure he'd be happy for that plug, that free advertisement. Perlana, good looking out. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get some beanies soon, but no beanies at this time. You know what? I don't know where Moose Capone is. I haven't seen Moose since like 1989. I don't think I've seen Moose since 1989, bro. What up, Cutes? I was actually trying to text you, Cutes, so you could come on in, bro. Shit, I've been all right, man. Ain't heard from you in a day. One day. You could click on that link right there, though, Cutes. Perlana said hi as well. Big Lee, what up? Good looking out, Big Lee. Oh, wow. Go handle your business, bro. Knock it out the ballpark. Yeah, oochie coochie, la la la. Coochie's a good word because coochie is not a bad word. You know, so you don't get flagged, you don't get people crying and complaining. You know what I'm saying? Kids might be listening. It's a little better word to use. I ain't mad at nobody use that word. Remember you was a kid, you used to use that word. You gonna give me some coochie? You gonna give me some leg? Who remember that? When we used to call it leg. You gonna give me some leg? Some trim, some twat? For real though, y'all know I'm telling the truth. Flea Bands, good looking out, bro. Good looking out, Flea Bands. Appreciate you, bro. What's good? Nothing, man. Just chilling. Need to get back to part 3 pretty soon of the Park Village interview. Oh yeah, Pooh Nanny. Can't forget the Pooh Nanny. What other words did y'all use? Nappy dugout. Flea Bands in the house. Shout out to Ohio. Oh man, too much stuff. Kev, did you ever go to skip parties? Did you ever go to skip parties in the 80s, Chevy Hills? Nah, but I used to skip though. Flea Bands, an ex-NBA bench player, wants to know if you will adopt him. He will sleep in the backyard with no covers, no fence, and 2 dogs out there. Just thought I'd throw that in. Edward Burnell, good looking out, super sticker. Appreciate it. It's a nice dog you got up in there too. It's a real nice dog, man. I guess Cuse must be putting some clothes on or moving his weight bench around. Or maybe he's doing some curls before he come on in case he got to pill out. My kids don't feel that way, Marquis, because I wasn't all that, man. We're not going to put no extras on it, man. I was just another dude, man. Just another guy, that's all. Just another member. That's all. I mean, you could call it what you want, but I don't see myself as that. All right, let me take Cuse this invite. All you had to do was click on that link, though, Cuse. That would have been easier for me, bro. All right, I sent it, Cuse. No, I can't flex on Cuse, man. Cuse too big for me, man. Cuse been lifting weights and doing push-ups so long, he can't even lose that shit. That's just there permanently. Yeah, Tight Eyes try to do his thing, man. I know part 1 did real good. I don't know, bro. The rats might be coming in drones now, man. I mean, everybody watching them everywhere else. Why not watch them here? Yeah, my birthday was cool, man. Thanks for asking, man. I wish you would have sent me them songs. But you said they was cool like they was. So like, I couldn't tell you the percentages, bro, but obviously there's a lot of gang members in LA, so I mean it's just there, man. It's there just like school and sports. It's right there. I couldn't tell you the numbers though, bro. It's a big number, but probably just as many didn't gang bang though. Or a little more probably didn't. Yeah, it's true. Barry White was a businessman. It's true. I'm trying to age gracefully too. All I gotta do is shave this, take this gray out. I'll be looking all right. I'll be looking young again. If I take all this off, though, I really look young. No, just for men, for me, bro. No, just for me and for me, bro. I'll just shave a little bit. Just trim it right there. No, Perlana, you just like old men, that's all. You just like senior citizens, Perlana. That's why I look cool like it is to you. Kev rock a booty face. I remember I used to use that word, booty face. Then people start growing mustaches because they didn't like me saying that word. Good point. Not that whoever's worried about them is a regular person. Hopefully we all can be regular people. Yeah, I seen the Dead Homies. That's an old documentary and it was cool. Tattoos became popular in the hood probably around, popular around 84, I would say. 83, 84, 83. OG Cutest.
What up? I don't know how my. If we get to messing up, I'm only gonna stay a minute.
Hey, Hugo Pinel, what's up, bro?
That was a cool brother. Hey, he was so down that they couldn't kill him until he turned into an elderly man. And then the guy that killed him, Hugo, was like 3 times the dude's age. It was like me going to an old folks home saying I'm gonna kill Doc Holliday, the gunslinger from the OK Corral, when he turns like 80 years old, and I'm in my 20s. You don't get no points for that, bro.
G Rock, good looking out. DJ Bingo, good looking out, man. Appreciate it.
How you been, Kev?
I've been all right, man. Juice, you looking young, man.
Oh man, I've been going to work. They work me like a Hebrew slave. I don't know.
What,
I don't
Tuesday?
get high or drink. Huh?
You went back to work on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, on your birthday.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah. I went back on your birthday.
Right.
I forgot to tell you happy birthday, and I was telling you all the days before the birthday. That's crazy.
You kept better track of it than I did. Then you disappeared.
I know, and then on the actual day, I forgot to let you know happy birthday. That ain't right. Shit.
Yeah, you knew it was on Tuesday before I knew it was a Tuesday.
Yeah. How's everybody? Well, wonder how the brothers and sisters are doing in prison. Hope they doing okay today. You know, good as you could do being incarcerated. I hope everybody's doing good out there that's locked up. I know they missing their families and stuff today. So just write some letters, you guys. Get a pen, get some of that long yellow legal paper, and just get to writing some thoughts down and mail it out. I don't know how they doing the mail now or what. I don't know if they letting you guys mail letters. I don't know what they doing now. So maybe I'm giving you an impossibility. I don't know. But whatever it is, you guys got to deal with the stress in a positive way. You know when you're dealing with stress in a negative way and it comes with a 115. If you handle it without a 115, then teach the guy next to you to program like that too. But I know sometimes 115s are inevitable. Like when someone tells you to stand for count and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. All right, I know there's some, bullshit that goes down in there. But
Choose any of your family from the South?
yeah, all my family was from Little Rock, Arkansas.
All right, all right.
Yeah, on my father's side.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the big farmer Al came up out of. I saw a picture the other day of Al's son. That fool's on swole like his dad. I had to tell him. I said, damn, he big like the farmer, dog. He was like chilling.
Mm.
He wants you to interview him. He's from one of these Crip gangs. I think it's a Compton gang too.
Hey, Cutes, they want to know if you ever pushed a line on rats in the pen.
I mean, if you're on the main line and someone tells on you, that's a direct effect on your life, so you got to do what you got to do.
All right, see you later, Cutes. Go pay your phone bill. Oh, he's back.
Do what you got to do, man. It comes with a price, though. You get to stabbing people in prison, you're going to be going out to court. You parlaying your sentence. So if you don't care about your family, then you're going to be in there for the rest of your life because prison's full of rats. I mean, you ever been in an infestation? Yeah, motherfuckers has been trying to kill real rats from the beginning of time. They would get on the ships and shit. So, synonymous with the rats that's around us, that's out here. Sometimes you just gotta ignore them. Stay away from them. Don't let them know your business. If a motherfucker get to asking you some personal shit and it ain't on an interview, and then even interviews go so far, but if someone just gets to asking you some personal shit, ask them as they writing a book about you and tell them you don't want to, you don't want to be, a part of the book. Someone shouldn't be asking you a bunch of stuff. So don't be transparent with your criminality if you're still active in it. That's stupid. We got people who got locked up for life because they didn't understand the statute of limitation. You know what the rule is? Ignorance of the law is no excuse for breaking the law. So you could say, oh, I didn't know, and this and that. You'll still do your time, man. So if you can, ignore the rats. Don't get involved with them. But, every situation is unique and different within itself. Some shit you can ignore, some you can't. One size don't fit all. But I would advise you, if you go to prison, if you want to start hitting rats, man, then you're going to be in there for a long, 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 long time.
Right. I don't know about writing no more books. I may and I may not. My eyes ain't as good as they was when I wrote the first book, so I don't know. I did plan on a re-release of my second book. But I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, man. I'm on some other shit right now.
What's your topic today, Kev?
Just the fact that Corcoran is allowing inmates to collect calls for free, no charge to the person receiving the call. And I talked to C from Harlem yesterday, and Pup from 11 Trey Block is one of the characters in my book.
Cool. See how C from Harlem doing?
He doing all right. We didn't get to talk that long. I talked to Pup for a long time. So
I talked to Pup from ETG a long time ago. It was last year. So he been locked up like 36 years.
Q's, what was a prison car in prison that you thought represented the way men should act in prison?
Well, my prison car, the Folsom Crips. You know, we had brothers from every set. We had Compton in there, we had Harlem's in there, we had 60s in there, 8 Trays in there. We had some 5 Deuce Hoovers in there. You know, it's funny because just like Horseman, the Horseman Crips consisted of all the sets, basically. Everybody that went there lived all over, you know, and we were.
Inmate, he'll be back. Over 10 seconds or under 10. I'm going to take the under 10. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We were like one group of people, you know, we were a collective body. We all had our individual minds and mindset. We didn't have no yes men amongst us, you know, and men ain't gonna just deliberately get in trouble to prove that they down to the next guy, go mess his visits up. Some guys were married in our clique, you know, they want to go on their family visits, they want to spend time with their kids. So we're not out there doing dumb shit. So I respected the Folsom Crips because there wasn't that many of them that had a life sentence. Only a few of us had a life sentence. Mumpy was in there with us. We had Mumpy. We had all the young brothers. We all came in there with L's, you know. So we didn't know them other dudes that been there 20 years before we got there. We're not gonna trust them. So we trusted each other. We didn't have no ulterior motive. I wasn't gonna try to manipulate somebody I grew up with to stab someone or hold my dope, or I'm hold my own fucking dope. I'm gonna stab whoever I want to stab if they deserve it. I'm not I'm not gonna be around people and be influenced over people just to do my bidding, you know. So I'm gonna watch my bidding, and I'm going to be responsible in my bidding because it affects a lot of people. I'm not just gonna do a bunch of dumb shit and then tell people about it the next day. You know, that's how people get killed in prison. Somebody's way over here doing some fucked up shit, and they didn't get a chance to go to the other building and let those guys know what they were involved in. So the next day, someone gets caught slipping, all because this dumb motherfucker. You know,
Did
prison
you
is complicated.
did you spend any time with the Northanians?
I spent time around everyone, but yeah, I was in 4A with all of the first generation, the one who's got caught up in the RICO Act. They had put me in 4A for a little while with those guys, with the first generation ones. They took them all off the main line and locked them all away. They had indefinite shoe terms.
Mhm. Did you ride motorcycles before you went to prison?
Yeah. Before I went to prison, I would hang out at the Persuaders. Mad Dog was the leader of the Persuaders right there on Vermont and Florence, next to that little car wash across the street from the old Ralph's. For those of you familiar with that area over there, right in front of uh, Mount, not Mount Carmel, St. Raphael's Catholic school. That was my Catholic school anyway when I was a kid.
Which
Yeah.
Mad Dog are you talking about?
Mad Dog that used to be the leader of the Persuader Motorcycle Club. Not Mad Dog, our Mad Dog from the East Side, Moto's big brother, not him.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah. These dudes wasn't Crips at all. These were just some older dudes who probably was Slossons or might have been gladiators, a mixture of rebel rousers, and maybe we even had some avenues in there, but they all made up the Persuader Motorcycle Club. They mostly had Kawasaki's, 750s. These brothers, most of them had just came home from Vietnam. So I got my first motorcycle from one of them. And I knew it was stolen. They told me that it had stolen parts and that you can't register it. So I told them I didn't want to register it anyway. I was just going to ride it around the back streets and the alleys up and down. you know, Western, Florence. They got alleys all down up in there, so I would mainly ride it through the alleys and shit.
All right, good looking out, Ricardo Gant and Flea Bands once again. Appreciate it.
You looking good, Kev. What you been doing? Eating chicken?
Man, I actually woke up sick this morning. Yesterday,
Yeah.
I had like some breathing issues, and then I had like my nose was like stopped up in my throat. And then I drank some hot some hot lemon water.
Yeah.
That shit went right away. So shit, I wasn't feeling this good a few hours ago, but I feel great now.
Well, if you clean with bleach, be careful because bleach causes inflammation. So anybody out there cleaning with bleach, be careful because if you got underlying asthma or whatever, bleach could give you a wheezy feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the next day following from using it. We use a lot of it at work because it kills all the germs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to dilute it with water, but I don't dilute it real much. I dilute it a little. Hey man, I want to send a prop out to Oprah Winfrey for giving $10 million. If someone gives $10 million for a race of people, how bad could you be? I mean, so I didn't get a dime of it, but it affected a lot of lives, so in a positive way. So I want to thank Oprah Winfrey. If you know Oprah Winfrey, tell her OG Cute said thanks.
That's cool, man. If anybody know Oprah Winfrey up in here, tell them KevMac need a budget for some movies.
Well, let her look at what you're doing, and then you never know who might come. I bet you if Rosie Greer was still around, he would help you. Rosie Greer used to always come down and mess with Bulldog. Rosie Greer would come right on Broadway in 48, 46 in Broadway
Mm-hmm.
in the evening without a bodyguard. Rosie Greer didn't have to walk around fearing nothing.
Right.
He's just a cool ass ram. Y'all don't know who he was. He was a ram. He was a part of the fearsome foursome with Dinkin Jones and Big Rosie Greer, Vernon Casey. Them dudes were bad. They didn't even have real shoulder pads back then. Their helmet only had one little bar across the front of it. They played football back in the days where you could cream somebody. Look up what a cream was. That means I grab you low by your legs and I lock you like you're a statue. You want to go down, but you can't because I done locked you in place. And now here come Big Dinkin Jones with the cream. And Big Dinkin Jones could play with his arms. They could swat you with their 19-inch forearms and shit and try to knock your helmet all the way into the first bleacher row. That was called the cream.
And my moderator, Sean Williams, want to know what kind of work you do.
Well, I'm a heavy equipment operator. You know, I went to the Department of Rehabilitation when I got out of prison. I qualified for aid, you know, because I'd been through, you know, a traumatic experience being locked up all them years. So you got to take advantage of, you know, any type of funding that would fit and suit you in some type of training. So I got a Class A license. I went to United Truck Driving School. I drove cross country for a little while, and then I, you know, just started working local. The bottom line is that a man has to work. Either you're going to work and have an honest job, or you're going to spend a lot of time locked up or having motherfuckers looking for you, or you're going to be looking for them. Choose your lifestyle.
My man J-Bone said, that's cool to Oprah. 10 million is like $1 to her.
Yeah, but you know what? I done had a few dollars in my pocket, and I didn't just want to give them away.
Real talk. That's a good way to look at that, Q. That was very profound.
Yeah.
That was a good answer right there.
Yeah, man.
And you didn't have, and she don't have to give it away.
No, don't nobody owe us nothing because we here. It's fucked up how we got here, but looking back on it, don't nobody owe us shit because we here. You know. But every now and then, people, they feel a responsibility. If they receive a lot, the old saying is maybe a lot is you know, indebted to them to give back. And then maybe they got a conscience and a sense of helping others. So those are the people that are motivated. I tell you guys one thing: those churches. Now just think about it. All of those churches, they didn't get to rake in all the money that they usually rake in for Easter, right? Because Easter is their payday. Easter to the churches is the equivalent of us getting our tax money once the taxes are done and our money starts coming in the mail. We all look forward to tax season, not so much of paying our taxes, but receiving what we got coming back. So those preachers, they look forward to Easter because they know that you gullible people think you could buy salvation. So you're going to give them all your money on Easter and shit. God, he never had a Rolex. He never drove around in a Cadillac. Fact is, he rode around on a donkey, and he didn't even have pockets on his garment. And when he would come to town, he would give the party. He's the one that would break bread with all of the peasants and the poor people and give them a day so they could feel good. So somehow these crooked preachers got you guys all screwed up. They think that you guys are supposed to come to the church, fill it up, and then give them the money because you don't have eyes to see where to fill a gap. See, God gave me eyes. I can see a person around me that needs some shoes or needs a meal, then I can fill that gap. I don't need to give the preacher shit. And I don't believe in prosperity preaching anyway, because God never promised us that we would be monetary rich. All of that's a lie. And he never said that you got to give the tidings in the way of money. Tidings back then was food. If you had a good crop and you had extra corn and everything, and people brought your crop and you did good, now you take the rest of this crop to town and you have a big spread and you feed people. That's how God rolls. So all that money giving them preachers and they riding around the Cadillacs, got big old mansions, private airplanes. That's because of your gullible ass. You being played.
I'm gonna tell you a story about the preacher in a minute, but Tone Bone, there's so many angles. I couldn't even just tell you just one, and there's some things I'm working on right now, but if it's up to me or regarding me, it's more than likely gonna have something to do with gambling. But there's so many different angles and different people have different stories and perspectives. And then we could deal with history. We could deal with racism. We could deal with it's a variety of things. So I can't really tell you what type of movie. Now, if say hypothetically Oprah gave me $10 million for the budget, I'd hurry up and have several stories that we could tell. But anyway, as far as the preacher go, Cutes.
Yeah.
Back when Farrakhan came to the LA Coliseum and he got all the Crips and Bloods to come and donate money to him.
Oh man, that was awful.
I chose not to go. My brother and a lot of my homies went.
Yeah.
I chose not to go because I wasn't with it. And my mother was telling me I should have went. It was historic. So I explained to my mother the same thing you just explained.
Yeah.
And my mother told me this. She said, Farrakhan's traveling. Farrakhan's doing the work.
Yeah.
Farrakhan's coming up with these speeches, this philosophy, doing the homework. He got bodyguards. He deserved to get some money for what he's doing. Like, if you're not doing no work, you don't have no hustle, you just sitting back, then you shouldn't be compared to somebody that's out there pushing his line for income, for a way to live. So I always, I took what my mother told me to heart, and I
Yeah, well,
understood her
a
point.
mother's advice ain't never wrong. One thing I used to hate is when I would be locked up and I would tell somebody, they say, "Hey man, you got good discipline, man. Where you get your discipline, cute?" I said, "From my mother." I didn't get to know my father that long. He died when I was 10, but I got a little bit of discipline from him, but I get my discipline from my mother. So whose advice are you going to take? You're going to take this guy down the street who lives by the alley's advice, who don't put a roof over your head, who hasn't worked the late night to make sure you have food in the icebox? You too cool to listen to your mother's advice now? And you're going to be in prison listening to me or other motherfuckers who ain't ever really fed you? So when I want to call on some knowledge, I think about, if I got a clear state of mind, I
Right.
recall something that my mother said, and I use that to give me balance in life,
Yeah.
when I'm about to make a decision or a choice. But
What I
when it
learned.
comes to religion, I'm talking about religion. I'm talking about Christianity, and I mean all of these preachers who are taking money in South Central and Watts and Compton. I mean, look around. We were the poor people when I was a kid. I didn't have to go down into the backwoods and find poor people. The poor people were all around me. So why is this preacher trying to get money from my mother? She got 5 kids to raise by herself. Why isn't he bringing her some money? Why isn't he up paying her light bill when the lights get cut off? Why is my mother thinking she's obligated to give money to him to receive a blessing through another way? God don't need him to give my mother her blessing. The only person who could intercede with a blessing was the Son of God, not a man, not this man. So I remember things when I was little that I thought was pretty fucked up after my father died.
Right.
I don't
Well,
see how a
no, well,
preacher could take money from a mother, and feel all right about that. I mean, like, if I got a church and it's got money, how come I'm not giving the money back? How come I'm not going to be at the pulpit this Sunday and say, hello, everyone, this is Reverend Cutes, and we here this morning. I'm bringing you guys together in the name of the Lord, but I got something on my mind right now. I feel that there's people out there who's struggling with their car note, with their light bill, kids' tuition. I feel that there are children out here that need to be in Pop Warner football, but the uniforms cost so much. So after the sermon, I would like anybody who, received that message to meet us upstairs. And then that's when checks would be cut for those reasons. I wouldn't be asking them for money. I wouldn't. And then if I say, hey, let's have a big draw in the day. Let's get some money in here because I'm going to use it because I want to fill a gap. But every Sunday, the following Sunday or 2 Sundays away, I'm filling the gap right there in that room. I don't got to send money overseas. I don't got to show pictures of poverty somewhere else. I can fill a gap in that room if it's righteous, but it ain't righteous. So I ain't never seen a preacher do that simple shit that I just done, which would be so easy to do, because every month we got to pay bills, dog. Every month there's a mother who can't pay her light bill. She got to juggle paying her light bill with buying her kids some new shoes. She got to juggle paying her light bill, sending someone money in prison, somebody she still loves. And the preacher, all he's doing is taking the money, and they're not even asking where it goes. Well, what is he gonna get? Because if you think someone got your best interests in mind and he got you trained, now you're not even asking them where the money goes. We ask the federal government, where's all the tax money going? What are you using our taxes for? They sent more of our money up in space, to go to the moon and do all this fake shit. back in the 60s when we were really poor, they could have spent some of that money, you know, on poverty, you know, but they don't want to do that. So they don't even talk about the space programs much anymore. But back in the 60s and the 70s, when they had all of that propaganda and all that fake stuff about going to the moon, they were just raking in the money, you know. Nobody ever went to the moon. If you think someone walked on the moon and landed on the moon, then you're crazy as a motherfucker, man.
Hey, they loving you right now, cutes.
Oh, yeah. Because it's simple, man. Life is simple, man. It doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, a lot
you
of
don't
people
know.
make things complicated by just not paying attention to words or reality and just complicate a simple situation.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's a liquor store. I could walk in my neighborhood when I lived on 68th Street between Howdale and Dinker. Mr. Spirit's liquor store was on 69. They had another liquor store on 67 in Normandy. They had another liquor store, you know, up on 70, 76, I want to say, up by Gage. They had one there, but they had these other little mom and pop markets. They sold liquor too. So it was always easy to get liquor when I was a kid. My neighborhood was full of liquor, and there was an alcohol problem in the neighborhood. You know, there was a lot of alcoholics. So alcohol was accessible. If a drug's accessible and you're dealing with a lot of stress and you realize that getting high takes it away for a little while, then you're going to have a lot of people, you know, scribing to that, you know, to do it, to deal with their stress. Doesn't mean that they're weak people. It just means they don't want to hurt. They tired of hurting. So get to fucking with that shit. So I don't understand why all those liquor stores were in that little community all clustered together like that. So I'm going to blame them for some of the bullshit that was going down. It's okay to place blame where blame needs to be laid. You know, I'm going to blame the dirty preachers and all of those churches for poverty because they didn't help. They didn't help, you know, hire some painters to come in with some scrapers and strip the houses of the lead paint after they realized that lead caused brain damage. And it also fucks up the fetus and the thinking of a kid. So I'm going to blame them for that.
Yeah, that's fact. Well, he checked out at the right time. Over 110 seconds. I'm going to take the under 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so OG Cukes for president after this commercial break. Maybe it's me freezing because I don't see no new comments. That was some pretty good spiel, you know. And he's back. But
hey, Kev, how Baba Louie doing?
I haven't spoken to AC. I don't know how he's doing.
I don't hear Kev at all.
You don't hear me?
I hear you now. Hey, how Baba Louie doing? How Baba Louie?
I haven't spoken to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Fleet Band's in the house. No, I haven't spoken to him, dog.
Well, he's probably doing
Fleet
good.
Bands. Hey, Kev, do you listen to Dr. Valentine? No. Here go Rockhead. Who brought up Rockhead, man? Who brought up
How
Rockhead?
Rockhead? How you doing, Rock? You heard anything from
What up,
Monster?
Rockhead? Q said, what's up?
What's up, Q?
All right, Rockhead, man. I was thinking about you the other day. I said, how has Rockhead been doing?
Shit. I can name you with a 14-year-old little girl.
You stay healthy. You stay healthy, Rockhead. Wear a mask too.
He said, stay healthy and wear a mask. We on live right now. Me and Q's on live. All right, I'm going to send you the link.
Yes,
All
send
right.
him the link.
Oh, damn, my phone died. Fuck.
For real?
Yeah.
Plug it in, Kev. Hey, when my phone dies, I plug it in.
All
Then
right.
it works.
Yeah. Of course it worked, Q, after you plug it in.
Yeah, it works good. You plug that shit in, you get a direct current in that bitch. Yeah. Yeah, I was riding my motorcycle on the freeway yesterday on the way to work, and there were no cars on the freeway. So
Crazy,
I
huh?
looked down at my speedometer. I was doing 100, right? But it didn't feel like I was doing 100, and I was like, "Fuck!" And then it tripped me up because I was moving through the lanes, and I didn't see no cars. So usually I could tell how fast I'm going by if I'm by a car or I'm passing a car or a car's passing me. So there weren't no cars on the freeway. So I guess I'm trying to catch up 2 cars. So I'm doing 100 for about 4 miles. And I'm like, damn. Then I looked down and I seen how fast I was going. So don't nobody be out there speeding, you guys. When there ain't no cars on the freeway, we have a tendency to speed because there's no cars behind you. And believe it or not, when there's cars by you, it controls the way you think and the way you drive. Because if you in an open space by yourself, you kind of like, you ain't got no inhibitor. It's like you just moving through the lane. So if you ain't conscious of it, you might be going too fast like I was doing. You get a speeding ticket, that shit I hear is $1,000 more. And if you got a Class A license, everything doubles. So imagine you got a Class A license, you speeding, and now you're going through a cone zone. You ain't gonna be able to pay that ticket. You might as well just get locked up and do the time for it. Because that's gonna be an expensive ass ticket.
My man said the police ain't worried about no speeding right now.
Yeah, well, apparently not, because I probably went through radar. He might be right. For real, brothers, thanks, brother. You're right.
They don't want that coronavirus, man.
I know. You motherfucker got a helmet on. They might think he's full of coronavirus. This motherfucker's rolling through the city with a helmet on, trying to
Take
keep
the helmet off and sneeze on.
Locked in. They just locked in with a helmet. We don't want him to pop the cap of his helmet open. Shit. Hell yeah.
Wow.
Where did Tom Brady go?
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this about the preachers. My cousin, that was a preacher, and he definitely was. He probably worse than me and you combined, man.
Yeah.
He used the church to get women and to, I mean, he messed with all the women in the congregation, and he was a slick dude, man. It wasn't even about the money with him. It was just about saying he was a preacher and just having a bunch of women, dog.
Hey man, you know what a dude told me? He said, "How is you gonna tell a man you go tell him about how you and your wife is getting along and y'all shortcomings and you know, and she's going to him, you know, telling him about what you doing, you know, staying out all night and spending some of the rent money, you know, and you coming home late with lipstick on your collar and whatnot. Next thing you know, he's hitting her. The next thing you know, he's all up in y'all's mix. You shouldn't tell your business to nobody but your mother, your father, maybe your brother or your sister. But you shouldn't take that shit outside of your family unit and start just inviting a stranger, telling them about how you getting along with your man or your woman, vice versa, in the name of what? Nah, man. If you want to tell God about it, you could go directly to him through his son. And then you could just tell him, pray that the behavior stops because it's affecting you this way emotionally, financially. And then pray that the person doing it will stop. And then that's the best you could do. But you shouldn't go to a church and tell a preacher all your business, man. That ain't
Right.
cool.
Right, but you know what, Cutes?
Yeah.
That ain't just preachers though. That could be your homeboy. It could be
Yeah.
your co-worker.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but I just started there. A lot of people got that bad, man. They get the confiding in people, saying too much about your family, man. Your family's not an open window, open door to the world. It's your sanctuary. If some shit is going on fucked up in your family, then you guys got to deal with that shit within your family.
Right. All right. So YouTube got mad at Cutes for speaking the real and speaking down on Christian preachers. But no, they all do it though. They all do it, man. The Catholics.
Yeah, man, me and my brothers, we would fight. Me and my brothers, we wouldn't be spreading our business all over the world and shit. We got family problems. We would just have good old fights and verbal arguments, fist fights, and we would deal with the shit like a family's supposed to deal with it. Mama would whoop us too. She would bust the belts out. So it was cool, man. We didn't go tell all our business to the preachers and shit. We get good whooping sometime. Sometimes we had good fights in the backyard, front yard. And my mother had to raise 5 boys, so she was hard. She didn't play that bullshit. She raised good dudes too. She was raising young men to be men. So spare the rod, spoil the child kind of behavior. I'm not talking about, brutality or, child.
Right. Real talk, y'all. Membership drive. Remember, tell your friends to follow the Blue channel, kevmacvideos on YouTube, so we can triple up these subscribers. Tell a friend to also tell one friend. You tell one friend and have that person tell a friend, so we can get these subscribers up. Appreciate it.
All right, kid.
Yeah. Somebody said, do you know that you be going out because you always come back and you be talking like you didn't miss a beat?
That's because I got good recall. My mama told me I was always like that since I was a little kid. She said you could leave and go stay with your grandmother for a month and come back and start the conversation back where you left off. So what's that all about?
Did any of you guys, or let me address this to Cutes, but it's for everybody. Did you see that preacher that said coronavirus wasn't real or some shit, and then he died?
Yeah, this shows you how ignorant people are, man.
Man, I seen an interview with his daughter, and the daughter was saying, no, he took it very serious, and he was practicing 6 feet social distancing and all that. I didn't get the whole story, but that's crazy, man.
Man, they had preachers trying to fill a church, dog. They had preachers trying to have people sneak in and have a real service so they could rake in the money. First of all right, so it's called Resurrection Sunday. All right. It's supposed to be symbolic with our Father getting executed, nailed to a tree, and then a few days goes by, the Heavenly Father brings him back up, brings him home. Okay, so what did that got to do with raking in some money?
Right.
I don't understand. Where did the money come from in this? I don't understand. There's no bail being paid. What's the significance of the money on Easter Sunday?
Right.
Or any Sunday? If there's no legitimate reason. I could see if you got a congregation of 5,000. Now you could make some shit happen right around you with that kind of congregation. But I don't understand the mystery of it. I don't understand why we're giving all of this money. Fact is, they want your checking account number now. They want your mother's maiden name. They want your routing number. They want direct access. They don't want you to be bothered with the thought that they're just, getting a direct deposit hooked up to your shit. And they don't want you to think about it.
That's how you quarantine, Rockhead?
What's up, man?
That's how you quarantine?
Yeah. You see my hair and my goatee?
Where I thought Rockhead was coming on.
That is Rockhead. Q's gave you his position.
Huh?
Q's gave you his.
Oh, he did?
No, his Wi-Fi went out. His Wi-Fi.
Hey, Rockhead, you got a beard. That's a cool ass. That's a cool ass beard.
I ain't never had a beard before in my life.
Yeah, well, you look cool. That's nice.
Nah, I don't like this shit. I'm gonna keep it until all this shit over with. Then I'm gonna shave it back off.
Hey, you would look hard. Hey, Rockhead, I'm gonna tell you something. You would look hard as fuck with a white suit on and a white Borsalino and a gold rope and fall into the party, homeboy. All the bros would be like, oh shit, here come Big Rock in the house.
You know I can't wear hats, man.
Oh, shit.
I don't wear hats.
I know, but I'm just saying on a special occasion, right?
I got all my shit too, though.
Go out to a dance.
OG Steve, good looking out, man. That KMV look good on you, bro. That's a nice look right there, man. Boy, if I had that beanie to say Kev video across the front or KMV, that'd be tight. Good looking out, OG Steve. It's me, bro. What's up? The Q's meet Wolf from Kitchen Crib. Q's.
Yeah.
Did you meet Wolf from Kitchen Crib?
I knew all the first generation Kitchen Crips, Chuck a Booty, Skull. I knew all of those guys. I don't remember Wolf, but Rockhead said he knew him.
I remember Wolf. I remember the name well.
Yeah.
How's Jim Brown doing, Rockhead?
I talked to him last week. He doing good.
That's cool.
Keeping away. He's 85 years old. So he's keeping away doing him.
Gotta love Jim Brown, man. He was like Rosie Green.
Let me tell you something.
Sure. Rockhead.
They started the program together back then. Jim Brown and Rosie Greer.
Pops used to fuck with Rosie Greer. I got a Chicago Bears starter jacket from him in 1984. OG Rock, what's up with Midtown side of Santana Block, Pearl Alley, and Chester Block? Oh, they both got up out of here.
No, it'll come back. I'm backstage.
Okay.
Hey.
That wasn't my Wi-Fi.
Something hit me hard right now. I don't know if I should say it though.
What happened?
Oh, yeah. Say it.
All right, where's Rockhead?
He right there.
Hey, Jim Brown, he was basically talking about what kind of buster behavior that O.J. Simpson was having, dealing with, the inner city youth, us dealing with, South Central, not paying attention, not being focused on us and stuff. Like, cause
oh well. Hey man, that beard look good on you, Rockhead.
I don't like it, man.
I like it.
Everybody said they like it. It ain't me.
Yeah, I heard that.
It just I ain't gonna keep going to the barber. I ain't going to No, with OJQ.
Yeah. Okay. So Jim Brown was saying that OJ, his behavior, he's being like a buster because he's not coming down in the South Central. He's not looking in on us to see how we doing, not giving no encouragement. Rosie Greer would come down, kick it with me and Bulldog down on Broadway at the long table. Always had a physical personal prayer. He would come to court when we were getting gang melees and get time. He would come and he said, "Do you need representation? I get you boys a lawyer." I said, "No, help Bulldog with a lawyer. My mama's able to get me a lawyer. And my mama graduated from Pepperdine University, so she was able to afford me a lawyer." And so we had the best lawyers. You know, I had Terry Weiss, the senior, and I think he got Bulldog Brody. So we had good lawyers. You know, mine's got me the YA, and Bulldog didn't do no time. You know, he got cut off. But what I'm saying is, man, the point that I'm making is,
Hey, Rockhead.
Yeah.
You come up in here and you got Jimmy Lavender's girl going crazy over you for not having a shirt on. And
So,
she like your beard.
So I'm quarantining this motherfucker, you know.
Boy, she trying to create some real life stories up on here. Go ahead, Q.
okay, so OJ, he might think the city burnt because of him, and that, you know, his verdict, you know, had an effect on things. But the bottom line is that the mood of the city was already funky before he even came on the scene with his bullshit. And the only reason why everybody, you know, reached the epicenter point to just go crazy and tear shit up was because of all the bullshit going down, you know, that led up to that day and led up to the freeing of them dudes who beat up Rodney King.
Rocky, they want to know what prison had the most discipline that you was ever in.
Folsom. Oh, Folsom.
Then they found those thugs that beat up. Then they found those thugs that beat up a handicapped man, Rodney King. They found him in. They found all of that clan innocent, and then boom. So we were like, man, this is crazy. No respect, you know. And then the OJ thing comes. Whether he was guilty or not, it didn't matter to us at this point, because we know that guilt or innocence never mattered in fucking us over. You know, whether we were guilty or innocent, we still gonna get fucked over. So we just said, okay, this is the perfect time to show them that we don't care about guilt or innocence either. We could take it down to this funky level too.
Man. All right, Cutes, that's enough for you. One more time, Cutes.
Oh boy.
Fact is, we said, you know, Montague, old DJ from KGFJ back in the 60s. He said, "Burn, baby, burn." And we never heard about Montague no more. Because Montague, you know, he had a platform and he had a radio station and he would play soul music. But Montague was fed up with the bullshit way back then, you know, and this was in the 1960s and shit. So, you know, OJ Simpson, he never really cared about, you know, his own people, his inner city people. But Jim Brown, on the other hand, he's cut from a different cloth. You know, I used to see Jim Brown in front of Maverick's flat, standing up outside by himself. He didn't need no bodyguard. He would hit a beeper and the limousine would pull up and he would say, "You brothers take care. I'll see y'all later." And I said, "Hey, brother, are you Jim Brown?" He said, "Yeah, little brother, I'm Jim Brown." I said, "All right, be cool, man." And he would be just, you know, he didn't care. He was so down, man, so real. Like Muhammad.
Understood.
Hey, man, who he look like to you?
Everybody's like, who he look like? Tony Savalas?
I think that's why Q's talk so fast and go on one. He try to get it over with before he get kicked out.
That's his Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Now, Jim actually owned part of Maverick Flats back then.
My pleasure. Thank you. I wish it again next time under better circumstances.
OG Shorty, I think he died of a heart attack.
Now you was asking me a question about the most disciplined.
Yep. Old Folsom.
Old Folsom.
Hmm. What was so disciplined about Old
I mean, because when I mentioned before, when I got off the bus, the Damus, you know, I mean, they was a machine. They it was about 200 of them, and they was in line. They was marching and jogging around the track as one, and they was a machine. We didn't, man. We, you know, when I got there, I was probably one of the most experienced because I was in Tracy early on, and we started putting stuff together. But that's before I was CCO. That's before the notes came out there. We was all just independents, and we had issues, you know, with the Mahindas, and we got down, you know what I mean. But it was so unorganized. Even coming from Chino, man, you first walk out your cell and they say charge, you look around, niggas running. I'm like, God damn. I mean, it was really no discipline. And again, as I said in some of my other interviews, that we wasn't taught. We wasn't prepared. In general, we wasn't prepared to what we saw and what came our way. You know what I mean? And that had a lot to do with not being disciplined. That had a lot to do with our older homeboys who came to prison way before us, not teaching us, not preparing us, you know, in TS, Preston, Paso. Hey, you go to the Gladiator School, this is how it's ran. You go to here and here, no one taught us nothing. And us ones who was the first ones in there, you know, we had to fend for ourselves. And in fending for ourselves, you know, very few of us broke away and became who we became. You know what I mean? And it was different. Like I said, me and Q talked about that day when old boy from Watts got beat down by that baseball bat. If we had any type of organization, it would never happen. You get what I'm saying? So when you get a Folsom, and I've seen, the first place I seen discipline was the Northern Familiar, when you got 5,000 of them in one unit. And they had a chain of command out this world. That was in Tracy. Then when I go to Folsom, I saw the Damus. And gradually, as me and a few other homies in old Folsom was trying to put people together and put us together, and we used to preach, we ain't going under nobody's paperwork. We're just going to be a crip machine. And we had a little bit, but we didn't have the education part. You get what I'm saying? We wasn't educated. We just did everything off the cuff. And we did pretty good. Even when I finally went to the hole in one building and the Vanguards ran the yard and we heard they hit a homeboy, we came together and we knocked them all down and took them off the yard. You know, and we started coming together as one. But I think we lacked really the self-discipline part. We was renegades, man. We was gangsters. We was gangsters. Some of the homies was straight gangbangers. I mean, we didn't know nothing. But I think by me being in Tracy early on in the late 70s, it really prepared me to help a lot of them young homies understand prison life. So that's why a lot of the guys started gravitating toward me before CCO and Blue Note came to Folsom. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that was probably the first place I really saw organization. Even in Tracy, when the Black Coast was formed, I was in the hole when that was formed. So I didn't get a chance to see or experience the function of it. But I knew it. It was one of our first grip machines.
Yeah.
It was bottom line the first grip machine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
and we even had some bloods in that machine.
You know, and I think that was started because, dude, imagine again, you're getting off the bus and a book go up under your door and they say, "Welcome to the Jama family." I mean, what kind of shit is that? Then you have the older homeboys, you know, Hoover and them. And they not trying to say, "Look, you little homies, this the program here, this is what y'all need to do." You have nothing. So you literally fending for yourself. Then you get the whites and Mexicans attack us, and we young, we 16, 17, 18, 19 years old. And the guys are attacking us are from 20 to 30 years of age. And we have nobody telling us or teaching us or showing us anything. So me being who I became, I just went crazy. And I said, you know what? Since ain't nobody gonna teach me, I'm gonna become the craziest motherfucker in here. And I just started doing stupid, crazy shit without thinking about my own well-being. Are you there? Okay, Matt. Can anybody hear Joe Rocc talk? You know, I'm not used to these things, but I can't stand this hair on my face, though. Where you at, Kev, Matt? The reason why he is so desperate to get the blame is because the blame is coming because the scale of national emergency we are going through is
Right. I was hearing you, Rockhead. You should have kept talking. I could hear you, but I just didn't hear Kev. But I was hearing you, Rockhead. You was making good sense. The bottom line is, Rockhead, nobody liked it, the Crips, homie. We were the most hated group of individuals that hit the penal system. Nobody liked us. And they didn't like us because of what motherfuckers told them about us before we even got there. So that's why nobody wanted to help us. They wanted to see us get destroyed. That's why they didn't want to show us shit, because they couldn't use us. They couldn't manipulate us. So they didn't like us. But we had to fend for ourselves. And we did. So that's what we did. We wasn't the best organized group, but when you guys start getting more organized, when I would see the CCOs do their caters, and I would be in my
man, Q should go polish up his motorcycle.
So right now,
but hold on, who that?
That's cute.
Hey,
they doing dumbbell sets.
What up, homeboy?
Somebody said you doing dumbbell sets, nigga.
Oh no, I got some dumbbells in my room though, but I ain't fucking with them. Yeah, but the bottom line, nobody liked us. When the CCOs would be doing their caters, I'd be in my cell looking down on them yards, and they would have a machine in motion, and they would call out the names of the OGs. They would call out Big Took, Hugh Wright, C. Wright. They call out Raymond. One thing I could say about those Crips there, they was getting structure. And I would be like, yeah, but I was already on the yard with the Vanguard, so they was giving structure too. There was structure on some of these yards, but the individuals on these different yards.
There we go again.
Q's probably should try to get Wi-Fi for himself.
He ain't got Wi-Fi?
No, I think he's just rocking the regular phone.
Yeah, nobody liked each other, Kev Mac. We had structured groups, but the groups didn't like each other. Before shit we got there, people wasn't liking each other. We don't know what started some of the dislike amongst the different individuals, but it existed. And it kind of put us apart from being a well-tuned, unit. But the CCOs had the biggest numbers, and they had one of the well-tuned units, man. Vanguards had a small number, but they were already, imploded on themselves. And then these other the black coats just didn't exist no more. She just die out.
Somebody want to know what
Then
kind
nobody liked the Crips, man.
These some good chips
It was like that. That's the reality.
Hawaiian barbecue.
And Crips didn't like each other.
Cute, you want to get Wi-Fi, bro, at your house?
They go.
I want
No, but I think the black coats had a great idea, and it was the start of it.
Yeah.
It was the start of it. The C machine, I wasn't in San Quentin when the C machine, but the C machine, from my understanding, everybody left Tracy and went to San Quentin. They created the C machine.
Yeah.
And then you had James Miller had Blue Magic.
Yeah, Magic.
I wasn't there in Solitaire, but I heard Blue Magic was a machine, a real quick machine.
Yeah, I heard that.
James Miller was pushing. And
James Miller was a hog.
See, he was pushing, but he had motherfucking homeboys from all over Lord to him. James Miller was a hog.
Yeah.
And even when he came into CCO and they had that meeting, if he'd have said no, Blue Magic would have been still saying Blue Magic.
Yeah.
That's how powerful he was.
Yeah. Because he was first. BJ and them, BJ was calling Crip he was like one of the first groups of Crips that came to prison and held on to being a Crip. Because everybody was defecting, jumping in other cliques, but BJ didn't do that. He said, "Nah, man, I'm gonna keep it Crip until the day that I die."
Hey, Q, what's your Cash App? Do you have Cash App?
No, I don't got no Cash App.
You gotta go get Cash App. We're gonna get you a Wi-Fi so they could come set it up in your apartment.
All right, that'll be good. It wouldn't cost a lot either.
Yeah, it ain't gonna take long to set up either.
No, but James Miller was the first one. It was that, I think, because it was just in Solitaire.
Yeah.
It didn't make it as known.
Mm-hmm.
Those of us who know, we know.
Yeah.
But James, he had put it this way. When they had the misunderstanding in that meeting they had, and James looked at them and said, "Hey, I ain't got to be a part of this shit. I could get up now and walk away and got my own army."
That's right.
And he had his own army of homeboys, righteous homeboys.
Yeah.
But it's just that, and it'd be like Q's, even in 81, 82, at the county jail where they had the hot H's. Everybody in this one unit had a murder. I don't care if he was a pimp, player, gangster, hustler, jacker, robber. Everybody had a murder. And they had all of us in one unit. So if all Abel, Charlie, and all of them, Denver, and all of them had, if they said hold 6,000 people in them units, you had 6,000 murders in one unit.
Yeah.
Before 48, before 47, when the 4,300, it was gotten so bad, they had to create 4,300 as junior high power for all the RIPs. That was the first RIP location. But It was so bad, dude. There was no discipline. Homeboy, that's why I keep saying about these older homeboys. When a young homie came in, where you from? I'm from such and such. Anybody know him? Cuz nobody don't know you. They didn't give the homies no chance. Either they jumped him in right then and there, whoever hood he was claiming, or they raped him, homie. They raped him. And they didn't teach them young homies shit. And that always been our issue. People don't like hearing the truth, but our issue has always been the older homies never try to teach homeboys shit if it didn't benefit them.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, in that unit, homie, I saw so many good soldiers, so many good young homies, because they didn't have the right person there to vouch for them. Nigga, they got fucked off. Just like in YTS. Nigga, you in YTS, you come in there in 77, 78, oh, you Vicentennial ass nigga.
Yeah, Bicentennial.
And I used to ask the older homies, I said, cuz, if ripping was meant to stop, it would have stopped when it started. So why are we disrespecting these niggas coming in now claiming Crip?
Yeah.
But it was a form of disrespect. Then imagine them same Crips who went to Youth Authority in 77, they got out in 83. Guess who they are in 83, 84? They OGs. And they treating they homeboy, they young homies, the same way them older Crips taught them, you Vicentennial ass nigga. And that shit wasn't right, homie.
No, that wasn't right.
And I've always fought against that. And that's why people didn't like me, because I spoke out against that. Nigga, you can't tell me shit. We both jailbirds. We both in there for something they said we did. So, nigga, how in the fuck I'm gonna let you tell what I can and can't do, nigga? Now, I wouldn't give a fuck how old or how big you were. Yeah. But wrong was wrong.
Wrong is wrong.
And if anybody is truthful about this shit, all them dudes did that shit, homie. Nigga would come to jail with a hot one. Young nigga would come with a hot one. Where you from, cuz? Ain't nobody know you, cuz. I'm like, nigga came in for a hot one representing his hood.
Yeah.
That ain't good enough. That's how fucked up it was for us, Kev. Young riders didn't have a chance. And then those who survived that, they didn't like being Crips no more, homie. Because they had to go through so much just to prove they was a Crip. Then the same niggas who did all that shit, some goddamn PCs now. Protect the sensitive yards and shit. The same niggas that fucked over a lot of homies. A lot of young homies doing life in prison for these old niggas.
Yeah.
A lot. And what have you done?
You know what it is, Rocc?
Man, that's deep, Rockhead. That's deep. I heard some stories about both sides like that, man. That's crazy, though. Let's hear what Q's got to say.
No, I'm gonna tell you, Rocc. A lot of them dudes that came into them neighborhoods. They wasn't pillars in them neighborhoods. Them dudes came from somewhere else, and they had a sack, and they started manipulating motherfuckers because of their, pre-exposure to, becoming addicted to psychoactive drugs and shit. And once these dudes start getting addicted to these drugs, the dude who had the sack seen how he could manipulate these people, and he was doing that to them. And then the same thing happened in prison. That's why we was busting on them dudes that was getting sanctuary state when they didn't have to go to the yard. They said they get an attorney visit. Oh, we protecting this dude because he's a baller. Fuck all of that, nigga. You got to bring your ass to the yard every day with your drawers on. We don't give a fuck if it is raining. You coming outside every motherfucking day. And so the same thing happened on the streets. All of these funny style dudes start moving in these neighborhoods, and they would think a Crip. See, a Crip.
Houston need to go put that cash app together real quick.
But that's what that is, though, Kev. So when you talk about real discipline, organization, we really fucked ourselves. We could be much bigger and stronger than anything right now, but because of so many of us got misled, so many of us got fucked off, and so many of us got turned off from all the bullshit. It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I look around, Rockhead, and I still see you, man. I'm glad I still look around. I see Kev. There's a lot of G's still around, man. And they ain't on that same page of that dumb shit. Page of helping people, man. Trying to lift up the youth, man, and lead them the right way so they don't have to spend their life in misery in a cell, waking up every morning to the gray and the clacking of steel doors and eating on a tray some fake ass soybean meat and wondering what a motherfucker did to your meal before you got it. Motherfuckers can spit in your shit, you don't even know it. Now you know this race is working in the kitchen, so they know they're not gonna drink the motherfucking Kool-Aid, you know, and all that bullshit. Cause all of that shit goes down in there, man. And it's just good, man.
We need cutes. We need cutes to go on and set up that cash app, man.
Yeah.
Cutes.
But
Cutes.
Yeah, what's up?
You should go set up your Wi-Fi, man. We're gonna take care of it for you. I mean, go set up your cash app so we can take care of your Wi-Fi.
I'll do it.
That shit after the weekend.
All right, I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm off work tomorrow.
All right.
I'll do it tomorrow.
All right, for sure.
Yeah. Well, tell Rockhead I send my love to him and that I'm trying to track Monster down with no avail.
But is Monster still in or out? Cutes. Is Monster out? Kev.
Cutes told me it could be in or out, but
okay.
I don't know. Somebody else told me he's still in Folsom, but I don't know.
Well, the girl that I had try to contact him, they said that he's.
But Kev.
Yeah.
No, but someone asked a question in regards to the county jail and the streets are sort of kind of the same shit. That's true. But the county jail should have been a place where we start preparing and teaching the youngsters to get ready for the next level.
Yeah.
When I came down there briefly, that's one of the biggest things I've done. I started educating and teaching and preparing them mentally as well as physically what to expect when they get off that bus.
Yeah.
But everybody should have been doing that before me. You know what I mean? It's like again, it's sad. We are worse enemies. What's that?
He's not in California prison no more. So he's in some other type of facility, or he's on the street.
I think he's in a.
Every time Q's get ready to tell on him, it cut off. He's not in the penal system no more, though, Rocky.
Okay.
I think Monster's in a lockdown treatment program, and he needs to be in a lockdown fucking treatment, hardcore group circle where they hammer his ass about using drugs 24/7 for the next 6 months. So Monster could form a realization that his biggest enemy is between his 2 ears. And then he could stop self-destructing and self-medicating with the bullshit that's going around out there. And then he could get some clean time and he could parole. If Rockhead could parole and discharge his number, Monster should be able to parole and discharge his number.
And I was telling somebody that the other day, Cutes. I said, people used to bet money I wouldn't last a month, 2 months. And I'm gonna be honest, I almost didn't if it wasn't for Jim Brown.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. If it wasn't for Jim Brown, by me going up to Jim Brown house the time I did, that turned my life around and saved me.
Hell yeah.
Because I've been out since December of 1992. Yeah. I ain't seen a jail cell. You You know what I mean?
It blew my mind when I saw you and Jim Brown come into Donovan on the main line, no guards, no tower, and y'all out there amongst all of us, me, BJ. BJ said, "Cutes, look, there go Rocc here." I thought you were going to be in Blues. I thought he meant you was on Fish Road, the truck's coming. I go over there, you got a suit on. I'm like, what the fuck? Rockhead's free.
Hey, Kev, back.
Yeah.
We went to go visit up there, right? And I went to the gate, and the guards came up there and said, "Mr. Brown, you could come in, but he can't. That's Rockhead."
Yeah.
And the associate warden at that time when I was there was a sergeant. And he said, "No, I want to show everybody that if Rockhead can get out and change his life and come and speak, anybody can." So when I came in there, I saw Big James, Cute. It was funny because Jim said, "Who know this guy right here?" Everybody. And a white dude got up and said, "Man, and I know if he could get out and work with kids, I know I can." He was an asshole in here. You know what I mean? But my presence, I was hoping, I didn't know that my presence coming back to Folsom and other prisons to speak, I didn't know it was going to have an effect on the homies like Cutes them in such a positive way.
Yeah.
Because every time we do something positive, people find negative things to say.
Yeah.
And Jim used to say, Rocc, you think motherfucker gonna like what you're doing? You telling your story, you change. I said, Jim, I don't give a fuck what motherfucker think.
Yeah.
But the contrary, everybody was saying, Rocc, yeah, you the only one could tell the truth. You the realest one we got on them talk shows, etc. And when I realized that, I realized I had to even stay even more focused, Kev. I knew eventually in the beginning, I was straddling the fence.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I was straddling the fence. I mean, I wasn't 100% clean.
Yeah.
But once I truly bought into it,
yeah,
I knew I couldn't survive straddling the fence, man.
Hey, you and Jim Brown left us. You and Jim Brown left me and BJ the American workbooks. And when y'all left us those workbooks, me and BJ went behind the wall and we started doing American recovery programming with all the inmates that wanted to take part in it. And we were giving them certificates, and we were doing the American program inside of Donovan a week after you guys had left us those books.
Yeah.
We were mentors.
What was the best thing the North Daniels taught you?
How to make a knife, how to draw a diagram of a body and know every pressure point and killer point there was, how to properly defend myself without emotions, how to not panic when you attack and take it all in and respond to it accordingly. They taught me how to be a warrior, man. They taught me how to be a machine. That's how I was able to survive all them years.
Marcus Johnson, good looking out. He already answered that, Malverde. He just answered your question. You could quit typing repetitive questions. Wookie 73713 H-Town. What up? He says salute to y'all, man. 100. Good looking out, bro. I mean, shout out to B-Lo. He out there in Houston too, by way of San Antonio, my partner right there. You got to meet him, Rockhead. Good, solid dude, man.
No problem.
Hey, somebody want to know why y'all wasn't blasting whoever was raping the Crips?
I was a youngster. I ain't gonna lie. I was a youngster. I didn't understand a lot of shit. I didn't like it. It didn't happen in my cells, but when I saw it happen, I kept walking because he wasn't the dudes. They was raping, dude. I didn't know them. They wasn't from my hood. But thinking back as a 17, 18-year-old, I told them niggas they was wrong, but I didn't think it was my place. Cause he had them dudes had dudes from their hood that was there who just didn't know him. You get what I'm saying? And that was a hard thing for a youngster to do if the guys from his hood is letting it happen.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know him. But he there for a murder representing your hood.
Well, see, that's the politics of it. If your homie raped another one of your homies, how I'm gonna get in y'all hood politics? I can't do that.
Because ain't nobody rape. Let me tell you something. I'd be dead right now if somebody came out there from Oaks Park and motherfuckers they didn't know him, and if I didn't know him and they called themselves raping him or doing anything to him, I'd have killed them niggas. And I'd have died crying. But you weren't gonna disrespect somebody from my hood. But everybody claiming they hoods, everybody didn't have that same attitude. Because I've seen on some real shit, I've seen some young killers come through there. But because of their own older homeboys didn't know them, dude, their own homeboys turned their backs on them, dude. And it hurted me. And I was just happy again that I had to experience in Tracy first. Because if I didn't have the experience in Tracy, there's no telling care what I would have done if I'd have intervened or not. That's how fucked up I felt when I saw it happen. I'm like, damn, that dude's a rider. What the fuck going on? Oh, cuz they ain't from Compton, homie. You can't do that. They ain't from Compton. You get what I'm saying? And again, like you said, that was the politics, but it was sad. Because we lost a lot of good homies because of that.
Got you.
About the magnitude of what.
One of your homeboys said you picked him up off Rocc Street and took him to Jim Brown house.
Come on, Drac.
Is that Drac? I didn't know that was Drac.
Oh man, Juan Longino took me up there first. What Juan talking about? Juan Longino from Rose Street, and he was like a brainiac hustler. He was always into everything in the hood from the Midtown side, and he was the one who convinced me to go up to Jim Brown house. You know what I mean? When I really started doing stupid shit, he was one of the ones. Him, Big Scooty, they kind of really convinced me to go up there. And I first went to Jim Brown's house when they had that Tasha Harley killing, little black girl got killed, or the Chinese liquor store person.
Yeah.
And they had all the Asians at Jim's house and trying to make a truce to get an understanding of what really happened. So when I went up there with about 50 or 60 homies, all I saw was Asians and cameras, and I didn't like it. You know, and I was real disrespectful because I like, nigga, I thought they supposed to be gang members, gangsters up here, killers up here. Now you got some Asian motherfuckers and shit. Man, fuck this shit. And even when Jim, as I was leaving, as disrespectful as I was, Jim said, that's a misunderstanding. That's Rockhead from Compton Crip, supposed to be up here tomorrow, not today. And I was disrespectful, and he still gave me the respect. And as I'm leaving, the Asians bringing all this food in. And the young homie's like, Rocky. I said, what, man? Hey, can we stay eat the food, cuz? Man, fuck that motherfucking food, nigga. We gone. No gangsters up in this motherfucker. And we left, and me and a couple other homies, I said, cuz, we get the homies hungry. So we went to Fat Burgers off La Cienega and San Vicente and made sure all the homies ate. You know? But that was a turning point of my life. You know, so I if it wasn't for Juan and Scooty believing in me that there was a need for me to meet Jim Brown, I already know I'd be dead or in jail, homie. I was doing stupid shit. I was pistol whooping people. putting guns in. I put a gun in a homeboy mouth in front of Juan Latino's house. And I stuff it, and they begged me not to pull the trigger. I started doing stupid shit. You know what I mean? And I got caught up with that young crew. You know, it was like 3 young crews out there. The Chesters, you know what I mean, the Rose Streets, and the Spring, and me and them little niggas we was in love with each other. I love what they doing. I love their passion, and I thought I was young. See, people got to understand about me. I never had a chance to be a kid. I went to jail 11, 12 years old. Didn't get out until I was 19 and went back at 19. So I never had a chance. I never finished 7th grade, past 7th grade. So when I got out in 92 and I got caught in that belly of that beast with them youngsters, I mean, I'm like, yeah, this is what I've been hearing about, you know, because I went to Fort 800 in 87, nigga, Buster, Count, all the young homies telling me like, big homie, woo, 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 woo. Nigga, I said, shit, nigga, y'all diving through bushes because niggas trying to kill y'all? Nigga, I need some of that. You know, it was a turn on to me. So when I got out and I got caught up in a lot of that shit, you know, I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? And Juan and Scooty saw something in me. You know, and when they saw something in me, you know, I just, you know, I went up there and then Jim pursued me. And one thing led to another. I became his national chief of staff. I ran American shit from 83 to 2000 or something, opened up in about 17 different states. His program, American, has a 15-chapter life skills program that teaches the responsibility of self-determination. From I can to I can. Now, I'm gonna be honest. If it wasn't for that program, there's no telling where I would be. Because that program made me deal with my childhood conditioning. It made me realize my taboos. And once I took responsibility for myself and realized that I wasn't cursed at birth, that I am somebody, it made me the person that people said was always in me. But I was always in denial because I always wanted to be that monster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but there was a kid, and I said Drac, you said Rose. Drac Master is my young homie, man. He was walking, his family got killed, his brother got killed, and he was walking down the street with a gun in his back pocket. Talking about, yo, knock down Mahindas.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, get in my car, man. Give me a day, man. I'm gonna hook something up. I went to Jim. I said, Jim, I'm going to all these neighborhoods, but I'm an old dude. I'm original. I need some youngsters with me. So when I go to these neighborhoods, they see a young face they could gravitate to. They may was in youth authority or camp with. And Jim like, what you want to do? I got a couple of cats who really, if I don't save their life now, Jim, they're going to become me. They're going to be jailbird. They might not make it. And Jim said, okay, we'll give them $1,000 a month. And he paid 2 of my guys, Menace and Drac, man, for damn near 9 years. They probably put in about 10 hours a week. But anytime I need them, anytime I went to a different hood, they was right there. And they helped me help myself and help really make a difference in our communities, man. But if Jim didn't believe in me, he would never help them youngsters. When I had my office in Compton, I'm the one who hired the Pyrus. And some of my homies didn't like that. So I had Pyrus and Crips in my office. In Long Beach, when I had the office in Long Beach at the youth bill, I had 20s and insane in my office. You know what I mean? I always, as I start finding myself, I always realize that I can't trip off a color of a rag. I can't trip off the difference of others. But if I could bring them together, then I could work with something. And everywhere I went, I had the opportunity to bring brothers together and make a difference in their community.
Did Tucky ever consider Raymond Washington the leader of the Crips?
See, I'm not, again, I don't get in that politics.
Right.
I only acknowledge one person as the founder of all Rips. That's Raymond Washington.
Right.
I only acknowledge one person. Everybody has their opinions. And I'm a youngster compared to that generation. I'm 58, that generation in their 60s.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not qualified to answer that, but in talking to Big Jack, of course, Raymond was the leader. But you know, I'll save that for somebody that was close to Tookie and Raymond to answer that.
You get what I'm saying?
Most
You
certainly.
know, I can speak on what Raymond was and is. I can speak on what Matt Thomas was and is. But I can't, on the other flip, you know, I can't speak on it. You know.
Man, Rocky, it was good seeing you today, man. Pleasant surprise.
You know, I supposed to got on for you before. I was, let me call my boy, man, for you think I ain't avoiding my homeboy.
No,
You
I've
my
been busy.
homeboy for life, Kev, man.
I wasn't tripping because I've been busy.
I just be doing so much and shit, man. I got this 14-year-old girl be fighting her schoolwork, trying to keep her grades right. The other daughters went up north to get her stuff out the dorm and shit. So, you know, you got kids, man, in college. My son graduate this year. He get his BA diploma in the mail. You know, when you got kids, man, I got 6 beautiful daughters, a son. I got 8 grandsons, 2 granddaughters. My 18-year-old granddaughter graduated from college this year. I mean, just trying to set the right example, you know. When I hear homies talk about, you know, they going to visit their kids in jail, man, I'm be honest, man. You sat behind that wall like I did, and you saw how people came in and came out and came out, and you saw how people showed pictures of their kids dressed like they was dressed, or a picture of them socking their sons in the chest and trying to make them tough. I knew if I ever had a son, Kev, I didn't want to treat my son like that. I wanted to give my son something a little bit better than what I went through in my life. And I did that, homie. He graduated from middle school. He graduated from high school. He got his AA from junior college and getting his bachelor degree this year from university. I mean, what more can I ask for? He ain't banged. He ain't never banged. And he got it bad. So y'all don't get, my son got it bad. Not only I'm his father, but he got 5 uncles that's notorious Atlantic Drive, Compton Crips. Joe D is his uncle. You get what I'm saying? Big Tito is his uncle. So he got it bad. And he beat all odds. A lot of his young cousins, his age, went in and out of jail. They doing good now, but they early on they had to go through their experiences. But my only experience my son had to go through, man, is really education, bettering himself, teaching himself the things he need to learn to get over the hump. And that's my boy, man. So I'm really happy for my son. I didn't want him like me. He didn't end up like me. And his birth name is Rocc Johnson. And the only reason why I gave him that name for his birth name, so I knew everybody was gonna call him Lil Rock anyway. I said, so to beat the punch is your birth name, Rocc Johnson, homie. R-O-C Johnson. Or like his mama say, Rock Corey Johnson.
Damn, you didn't put a K on there?
His mama did that. His mama from the drive, man.
Atlantic Drive, bro.
His mama spelled that. When I saw it on the birth certificate, I said, okay. No, but it's always a pleasure, man. Seeing you, hollering at you, man. Trying to make things happen.
They say you should get on more often.
Yeah, I see that.
At least during the quarantine.
Yeah, I know. I don't mind. Just hit me up, let me know, send me the app. You know what I mean? If I ain't, doing that, I get on. Yeah, my son taking care of business, man. I tell him he ain't got no choice. He told me he his own man. So that's funny when you got Lil Rock talking about he his own man. But no, he take care of it better. But I have my one daughter, she a junior at East Bay University. She'll be a senior next year. She's 20. My 19-year-old daughter is a freshman at Cal State Northridge. She'll be a sophomore next year. My other 20-year-old daughter, she's in junior community college. My knucklehead daughter, no, she's 27, 28 years old, and she got 5 kids, and she's still trying to figure shit out. She's working, taking care of business, but she got some shit to figure out. You know, and then my 36-year-old daughter is what she is, you know. She got 5 kids, living in Texas, you know. And I mean, you know, I can only be what I am. I try to set the right example. I share all my experience with all my kids. I want them to know where I came from. And I want them to know I want them better than me. And I want them to excel in life.
That's right.
And that's what it's about. You know, I'm in touch with Jim Brown weekly. You know, he's like I say, he's doing good. Staying away, staying healthy. His wife and his 2 younger kids are taking care of him. So he's in good shape every time we talk. You know, so other than that, man, just stay in quarantine, man. I hope everybody really realize how easy this world could be shut down. I've always told people, them wars ain't nothing. But when it comes to them viruses wars and chemical wars, it don't affect one country. It affects everybody.
Mm-hmm.
No, if it was planned or not, it's affecting everybody. You know, and you know, the lockdown don't bother me. I've been locked down all my life.
Right.
It's giving me more time with my daughter, my youngest daughter, and helping her out, doing a lot more cooking, putting that weight back on. I don't need to put on, Kev, but you know, I appreciate, you know, your live. I appreciate all the responses from the brothers and sisters that's supporting you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the support is growing. It's there now. We got a good viewership, a nice amount of subscribers. Everybody's cool. Everybody understand we ain't on no antagonism type shit. I want to appreciate you for coming on. Save the rest for next time, man.
All right, man.
Maybe we can come on Sunday or Monday.
I got a whole lot, man. Come on, homie. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but we gave them 2 hours. If you want,
I got enough to do 100 shows, man.
Okay, look, we could come back on later, but we gave them 2 hours for now. I need to eat. I haven't ate no breakfast, no lunch, no snacks, no nothing.
You see, I was snacking.
My stomach is growling, man. I woke up not feeling good, but I feel good now. I got an appetite, so I'm gonna eat.
I saw you on a picture with a nice, you know what I'm saying?
Stop.
Call me, dude.
Don't do that. If you want to come back on later, text me, big dog.
All right, Obi.
All right, take it easy.
Much love.
All right, thank you guys for checking in and showing love to Rockhead and Cutes. We could talk some sports. We could talk football, Ben Raplensberger. We could talk Tom Brady and whoever else later on. But I want to thank you guys. I just want to get out of here while we at the 2 hour mark. Y'all take it easy. Thanks for the super chats. Peace.